In this video, I'm going to take you through my full tutor analysis, part 1 of the ACCA SBL pre-C materials for the June 2026 exam sitting. That is for the company, Denis and Koko DKK. My name is James, and if you'd like access to my exclusive SBL notes you can see above me, just click the link in my bio or down below in the description of this video, and you can download a copy yourself, and they've helped students around the world to pass their examination and get a 50 plus. I'm also delighted to say I'm associated and affiliated with Astranti. They offer mock examination papers and pre-scene analysis packs specifically based on Denis and Koko DKK for the June 2026 exam sitting. And again, if you'd like to check those out, just click the link in the description of this video or in my bio, and you can definitely use those to help you pass. And for pure transparency, as always, if you were to purchase anything, I'd be entitled to a small percentage, which goes to supporting the channel. As always, a massive, huge thank you. If you have any questions on the pre-C materials, leave me a question below. I will get back to you. So now let's get straight into, as you can see on the right-hand side, we have the Pestl analysis and lots of theories that are in the SBL syllabus that we've just got to cover that could be applied to the pre-C materials. So first of all, up at the top, we've got Pestl, the political factors, as you've probably seen from reading it through yourself, employment law, licensing requirements, imported supplies, and union influence. Economically, economic downturns, labour shortages, rising wage pressure, energy and water costs on there. The social factors involving people include growing beauty and self-care trends, sustainability expectations, social media influence, technology, plenty of things to talk about here, especially the online booking systems, customer data, salon software. Environmentally, again, lots of things for you to talk about here, not just one area. We're talking about water usage, electricity, chemicals, recycling. And lastly, the legal factors of the health and safety. We've got data protection on there, employment legislation, and consumer protection law. So lots of things on there, hence why I've got it down as could possibly be tested. And for all these models and theories I'm going to take you through, if one comes up on your examination, the key thing here is not just to explain a note book or sort of workbook actual explanation of what the theory is. It's the application to the pre-C materials. That is what is going to get you the marks on there. So out of 10, Pestl, 6 out of 10, something like that. Ansoff Matrix, the next one down there, a strategic planning tool that helps businesses analyze and grow their opportunities, market penetration, product development, market development, and diversification. I think that could be possibly tested on there. I've got likely down. There are definitely things in terms of the current marketplace, same products on there, new markets, levels of risk. We are told about these sort of things in the pre-C materials. Porter's value chain, a strategic management tool, helps you identify and improve a competitive advantage. The hairdressing industry, which we're told about here for Denis and Koko DKK, is very competitive. And that's where, for the 4 elements of breaking down the business into the primary and supporting activities, looking how they can add value to their products or services, looking at ways of being more efficient and reducing costs, and of course, insights to develop a competitive strategy. That is a pretty good call that may come up on there, probably about maybe just a bit more likely than Pestl, I would say. The Johnson, Scholes and Whitaker model, so a framework there of strategic management, and we have those 3 criterias of is it suitable, is it feasible, and is it acceptable? Also, you might have heard it as the SAF model in your textbook, but essentially it's assessing whether a strategy aligns with the organization's goals, and we're told about the missions and values on page 11, so check those out because I think that could also be tested. The 6 capitals of integrated reporting: financial, manufactured, intellectual, human, social and relationship, and natural capital. This is all again about the organization's value creation and discussing the usefulness of the information to stakeholders. Both things we're told about, especially the stakeholders later on. I think it's on page 7, page 8. Hence why I've got to put it down as could be tested. We're also told about the 7 Ps, actually based on strategies of differentiation and helping an organization to sustain its competitive advantage. A lot like what Denis and Koko are facing in the pre-C materials. So considering areas of the product, place, price, promotion, people, processes, and physical evidence on there. So definitely get that written down. Probably not as likely as maybe Porter's value chain, Pestl, SWOT on there, but definitely worth noting. Now, coming on to some of the other more notable ones, I would say, in terms of the models and theories, Porter's Five Forces, if you were to ask me which one is my favourite that I think could be tested, Porter's Five Forces has to be up there. So we've got competitive rivalry, fragmented market on there, many competitors, strong competition. Definitely have got lots of points to talk about there. The supplier power, so dependence on exclusive premium suppliers, imported products, strong strong supplier brands on there, and potential, that's the word, supply chain risks. The buyer power from the customers, they can switch from salons really easily. Clients follow the hairdressers, and you could also do your hair DIY at home. Threats of substitution, we've got those home colouring kits, online tutorials, DIY stylists on there, things that you can do at home a lot cheaper. And lastly, threat of new entrants. This has been mentioned throughout the pre-seed materials. Low barriers to entry, low startup costs, limited regulation, plenty of things to cover. So Porter's Five Forces, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Yes, it's the one that I would go. Definitely have some points ready on there. Porter's Diamond model as well. Again, could be tested. I've got down here. So it's a framework about how a country's economy can gain a competitive advantage. Again, we're told a few bits about Kaelin's economy, so it's definitely worth noting on there. And the model's based the idea that the country's competitive advantage is shaped by 4 key factors. So you've got the factor conditions, demand conditions, relating and supporting industries, and a firm strategy on there. It's not as likely to come up, in my opinion. It could, who knows? It depends what you get given on the exhibits on the exam day. But I think the Five Forces is more likely than the Diamond model. I've still put some points down here for you about the factor conditions of skilled hairdressers, CPD, and that HSA qualification, demand conditions, wealthy premium customers, increasing focus on the appearance. In terms of relating to sporting industries, those premium healthcare brands, styling tools on there. And lastly, the firm's strategy and structure, strong premium differentiation, and centralized management with intense rivalry. So a variety of different things. Definitely one I will be preparing for, but if we're on a ranking basis, wouldn't be up at the top. Up at the top, I would say, is the next one of a SWOT analysis. There are a variety of different areas in the pre-seed materials they have touched on here. First of all, being the strengths that it's a premium brand, mega reputation, excellent HSA ratings on there, loyal, wealthy customers, exclusive supplier contracts. The list goes on and on and on. Weaknesses, on the other hand, are they have a paper booking system, no online booking or retail sales, manual inventory system, and limited social media. So falling behind in some areas. There are opportunities of a digital transformation, loyalty programs, sustainability on there, expanding the retail sales, and lastly, threats of high competition, there's low barriers to entry, staff shortages we'll come on to later, rising utility costs of the energy, the electricity, and sustainability pressures from different stakeholder groups. So SWOT analysis, I would say, is going to be up there, probably just a bit more likely than Pestl, but definitely something you should be pulling together in your notes on there. Thinking of the actual notes, starting with the contents page, I know lots of students like to actually separate out their notes into different sections. It helps them to remember each of the different individual areas. So definitely check that out as to how they've done it on the pre-seed materials, page by page. You can also add in my notes you can see on the screen, where on the left-hand side we'll start now as to the SBL corporate governance and key areas. Agency theory on here. This is where it examines the principals. So these are the shareholders. We're told about this later on in terms of Denis and Koko, who are the main shareholders, and then the agents of the directors. Again, we're told about these and how their complex can actually arise and how they don't always seem eye to eye. Again, can be tested, a theory that you should apply if the directors, who are the employees of the organization, and the shareholders, who are the owners, aren't aligned in what they're thinking and acting on. Stakeholder theory now, it's always an area in the SBL exam. We're given stakeholders on page, I think it's page 7 later on there, a list of internal and external stakeholders. Definitely prepare for that on there, and the impact, and especially that could link into Mendelow's matrix, we'll come on to later on. Corporate social responsibility, I've touched on the environmental and sustainability factors that are mentioned throughout the pre-C materials. So definitely have a few points there. Along with the balanced scorecard, that's a performance management tool that helps organizations actually measure the success from 4 different perspectives: financial, customers, internal processes, and learning and growth. Really linked to the day-to-day and the long-term strategy. So ensuring a balanced focus, as it does what it says on the tin, and based on the pre-seed information, we're told financial aspects later on in the diagrams. Customers, very prevalent on there, that they can switch from company to company and competitor to competitor. Internal processes, we're given a flowchart diagram later on in the pre-seed materials. And learning and growth, that can link into the directors and anything they could give you on the exam day. So definitely one I would prepare for, probably up there with the likelihood of Pestl, probably something like a 6 out of 10, I would say. Coming on to the next part on here, we have the SBL professional marks. Do not underestimate these areas. They will be coming up on there on your exam. Analysis, communication, and evaluation tend to be the ones that students pick up on the most on there, but it's the commercial acumen and skepticism. Commercial acumen is applying, like you can see on page 2, the type of organizations, the staff, the types of staff, the hairdressers, the industry, talking about it from that perspective. And in terms of skepticism, that's writing in a challenging writing style, that you don't take everything on face value and you really go into a significant amount of detail, considering a variety of different areas in the short term and the long term on there. So definitely check those out. Those professional skills marks are on your exam. Next, we're coming on to the ACCA Code of Ethics. These are usually embedded throughout in one of the requirements. So you've got your integrity, objectivity, professional behaviour, professional competence and due care, and confidentiality. We are also given in the pre-seed materials that there is a union involved in the pre-seed material. So again, definitely check that out, because it could link into an ethical question as to maybe the hairdressers not being treated correctly, or there could be an issue in terms of the actual pay or promotion. These are other factors that are linked into the pre-seed materials. Next, we have the 3 E's model I've got down here as to, well, what we're looking here is about discussing obligations of public sector organisations, so the economy, effectiveness and efficiency on there. And in terms of this organisation that we've been told for DKK, ignore that bit at the bottom. I'm going to delete that. That was from the last pre-seed materials. It's very unlikely to be tested. It was on the last one and on this one, as DKK is a limited company on there, and it's not a public sector firm. So it's a case of, it's a limited company for DKK. Maybe one of the questions you could get asked is, they could be listed. They have touched on the actual listing for Kayland. Could come up as an area, as an issue. But again, it wouldn't be high on my priority list on there as well. We've touched on the 7 Ps at the bottom there, going into a bit more detail. As I said, could be tested, but those are some of the key theories that you just need to be aware of, along with those professional skills and ACCA Code of Ethics that could come up on your examination, that you just kind of go to yourself, we know these theories are tested and we know they come up in a variety of different areas, so it's just making sure you are on top of it. And that takes you through my part 1 of the full tutor analysis, that you can download these notes if you would like a copy yourself, if you click the link in my bio or in the description of this video. Check out those Astranti mock examinations as well. They are definitely going to help you out, along with the pre-seed analysis packs. Thank you for all the support as ever to the channel, subscribing, liking, commenting. I really, really appreciate it. So what I'll do for you now is I will leave part 2 on the screen for you to check out, and I'll see you on the other side for the next part there. So thank you very much.